on PBCJ, I am Simone Absalom. Changes are coming to the management of the Western Regional Health Authority, the WRHA, as the Ministry of Health seeks to restore confidence in the operations at Cornwall Regional Hospital. WRHA Regional Director Dr. Ken Garfield Douglas will be replaced by Errol Green, former Chief Executive Officer of the Kingston Public Hospital, at the end of his contract. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, in a media briefing on Monday, explained that focus will be placed on implementing measures to support ongoing services and rehabilitation of Cornwall Regional.
The back of the compound, Cornwall Regional Hospital compound, were nurses' quarters. We had to renovate, first of all relocate, then renovate in order to accommodate 200 beds approximately that are now to the back. So the services of inpatient care at Cornwall takes place to the back of the main building in the quadrant, formerly nurses' accommodation, which had to be renovated to accommodate. I mean, electrical had to go in, hitting out the doorways to make them larger so you can push the beds through, and I could go on.
Meanwhile, the Health Ministry has sought to assure the public that mold detected at Cornwall Regional Hospital is non-toxic. The Pan American Health Organization's March 2017 assessment detected 9 different types of mold at the hospital. 5 were found in the interior. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bessessor-McKenzie on Monday sought to allay concerns, noting that the molds themselves are not toxic or poisonous.
The question has been asked, should we be concerned about a serious health risk to staff and patients caused by the toxic mold? Now, some molds are toxigenic. That is, they produce mycotoxins. The molds themselves are not toxic or poisonous. Responses produced from exposure to common mold that grow in buildings are the same as that from molds that may produce mycotoxins. Mold pretty much is everywhere. It is in the air, it is on the surfaces, many surfaces in our homes and in our workplaces. It will pretty much grow anywhere that there is moisture.
Dr. Bessessor-McKenzie indicated that staff and patients at the Cornwall Regional were not in areas with high level of mold. The candidates for the April 27 by-elections in the Yallas Division in St. Thomas and the Mapen North Division in Clarendon are to be nominated today. Businessman John Alexander Lee will be representing Jamaica Labour Party in Yallas. Mr. Lee replaced Dean Jones, who earlier resigned. Mr. Jones, who was elected the councillor for Yallas in the November 2016 local government election, was disqualified following a Supreme Court ruling last month. Meanwhile, the People's National Party's Constantine Bogle will be its candidate in Yallas. Over in the Mapen North Division, Tanya Lee Williams is expected to be nominated for the Jamaica Labour Party and Vivian Allen for the People's National Party. The seat became vacant after the death of JLP's Melvin Jones in December 24 last year. Science and Technology and Energy Minister Dr. Andrew Wheatley has been discharged from Andrews Memorial Hospital in St. Andrew. Dr. Wheatley was yesterday taken to hospital for precautionary tests, this after his Toyota Prado overturned at the four-way intersection of Passage Forth, Portsmouth, Waterford and Independence City. The Prado in which Dr. Wheatley was traveling flipped several times after being hit by another vehicle. Minister Wheatley and his driver both escaped from the accident without any visible external injuries. Subsequent checks have revealed no internal injuries were sustained. The Road Safety Unit is urging motorists as well as other road users to look out for pedestrians and other vulnerable road users while traversing the nation's roadways. Statistics from the unit revealed that vulnerable road users, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists and pillion passenger account for 51% of the 82 road users killed in 71 fatal crashes since January of this year. Director of the Road Safety Unit, Kenut Hare, is cautioning that safety in the road environment should not only be the responsibility of drivers, but that pedestrians and other vulnerable road users should also be equally concerned and cautious. The unit is also urging motorists to look out for cyclists and pedestrians who may be obscured by other vehicles while they are on the roads. Members of the medical fraternity are urging legislators to repeal sections of the more than century-old Offences Against the Person Act, which prevent Jamaican women from legally terminating pregnancies. Professor Wendell Abel, head of the University of the West Indies Department of Community Health and Psychiatry, says unsafe abortion accounts for the third leading cause of maternal death. And why is this important? Is that the maternal deaths and under 5 deaths are sensitive measures of quality of health care. According to Dr. Abel, who is also lead investigator for the Partnership for the Promotion of Patients' Right in Maternal, Neonatal and Infant Health in Jamaica, unsafe abortions have become a major public health problem. The point was corroborated by Professor of Reproductive Health and Epidemiology at the University of the West Indies, Afet McCaw-Binns. Professor McCaw-Binns says since abortion is on the books as illegal, a woman who finds herself with an unacceptable pregnancy will sometimes find a way outside of the public health delivery system. Statistics show that of the 108 maternal deaths that occurred due to abortive outcomes for the period 2013-2015, 27 took place at home. In regional news, in Guyana, a High Court judge on Monday sentenced a 25-year-old mother to 98 years in jail after she was found guilty of killing her 2 children, giving them rat poison in 2014. Awina Rutherford appeared before Justice Navrindra Singh for sentencing after she had been found guilty last month. The court heard that in March 2014, Rutherford instructed her 2 young children, 1-year-old Jabari Corrigan and 4-year-old Odessia Corrigan, to ingest the rat poison tablets. Rutherford had said that she drank 2 tablets herself. The children followed their mother's command and became ill almost immediately. They were rushed to the hospital but died while receiving treatment. In court, the woman had argued she was not aware that the tablets were rat poison and were given to the children who had a cold, but the jury found her guilty on 2 counts of manslaughter. In sports, Jamaica Football Federation President Michael Ricketts says the board has asked Reggae Boys coach Theodore Whitmore to reconsider withdrawing the resignation letter he tendered last Friday. He is now awaiting response. Meanwhile, Whitmore's assistant Jerome Waite will be asked to assume the head coach role for Jamaica's 2 international friendlies on April 26 and 29 against St. Kitts and Nevis and Antigua and Barbuda respectively. Last Friday, Whitmore emailed his resignation after months of protracted discussions over improved salary package, among other concerns. And that's the news. Do stay with us. The weather report is next. This is PBCJ's weather report. Thanks so much for staying with us. Let's start as usual with our local currents. In Kingston this afternoon, we're seeing a temperature just about 29 degrees Celsius and we're expecting sunny skies, but we could get some scattered showers in certain areas of Kingston this evening. Let's take a look at what's happening over there in Montego Bay, St. James. Throughout the day, temperatures are set between 22 and 28 degrees Celsius, so it's going to be pretty warm out. We're seeing some cloudy conditions forecast for this evening when the sun sets at 6:33 p.m. We're also expecting a cool evening with the temperature set to go down in certain areas as low as 7 degrees Celsius. And let's look at what's happening across the island today. Temperatures between 28 and 32 degrees Celsius, so it's going to be pretty warm out. And it's going to be predominantly sunny across the island. But we're also seeing a forecast of scattered showers for Negril today. In our forecast for tomorrow, we're expecting temperatures between 28 and 32 degrees Celsius. We're seeing scattered showers in the lower end of the island, but we could be getting some sunny skies in the north coast. And in our forecast for tomorrow across the region, for those of you who are traveling to our Caribbean neighbors, the temperatures are set between 27 and 29 degrees Celsius across the region. We could be getting some rainfall. So there's a weather system affecting the Caribbean. We're seeing rainfall in the eastern and the central parts of the Caribbean and cloudy conditions over there in Havana. And in our travel planner, we're looking to the United States. Sunny skies forecast for the areas on your screen with a high temperature, maximum 32 degrees Celsius over there in Los Angeles, maximum 29 degrees Celsius for some areas. But New York, we're seeing that's a high 10 degrees Celsius forecast for tomorrow. And that's it for the weather report. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. I'm Simona Absalom. Pleasant viewing.